Hello, hello, and welcome to the final video in this series on Google Meet. The screen itself might look a little strange right now. I have it set up because I'm going to show you all two options in getting material out to your kiddos through Google Meet. One is probably great entry level. In fact, you might stay at level one, the first scenario I'm going to give you for the rest of the year, and that's totally fine. And that is actually recording yourself and then putting the link out there for the kiddos to watch whenever they can. That's not bringing the students into a live classroom or a live Google Meet. And that is totally fine to do. But if you want to do, venture out a little bit more, I'm going to also show you in this video how to bring your students into a Google Meet and conduct tips and tricks inside that Google Meet for conducting a live classroom. So let's go ahead and get started. And my screen probably looks a little strange to you because I've got a Google Meet open up on the right-hand side, and I've split the screen. I've got two tabs open on the left-hand side, and because I am a very good well-prepared teacher, I have all my materials lined up and ready to go. So I know that I'm going to show my students this Google slideshow, and I know I'm going to push out this activity or assignment for them to do. Um, a couple things to talk about at this point. I could have other links up, like if you wanted to go to a virtual field trip or you wanted to go to, um, another website. So I would just click and have those open. But go ahead and have them open ahead of time, understanding that videos and oftentimes the audio in some of these virtual uh, uh, field trips does not work inside Google Meet on a recording. It's just one of those things, and we as teachers have asked for them to add that, but for right now, you're going to just have your voice speaking and sharing your desktop. So in that case, I've got these two open, and I am ready to go. I'm inside Google Meet. First thing I want to do before I hit the record button, again, remembering there's no students in here. This is not a live recording with students in there. This is something I'm going to record fresh and just me. Kind of the pressure's off a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and hit present screen. And I have two options here. More than likely, I usually just jump into entire screen so that I can show them all the different screens. And the way I teach, I might ramble off into another area to show them. So I tend to stick with your entire screen. But for this particular activity, I think it really is best to go with a window. And then once you have that, it's going to show all the different windows you have open. So it's going to actually show me this Google Classroom slideshow window, and then it's going to show me the Meet window and the other ones that I have on open. So in this case, I want this particular window. It's this one right here that has the two tabs open. So I'm going to click on that and hit share. So currently I am sharing my desktop with nobody but me. I have not hit record. I've just, they can see it. And what they can see is this window here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over into my Google Meet, and I'm going to go down to the very bottom right-hand corner to the hot dogs and click on Record Meet. I don't have to worry about asking consent because it's only me in here. So I'll hit accept and wait a good bit for the record to come on, and then I would start my classroom like any other. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the class today. We're going to go ahead and explore some features of Google Classroom. And as you can see, I have a Google slideshow up on the screen. And again, remember that they're only seeing this. So I can actually cycle through like this and talk and share and connect and go to this link and show them that and open up a new tab and show them that. But they aren't seeing any of this over here, and they aren't seeing anything, any other tabs on this side. So as I go through, here's one of the hangups. So as you go through, some of your slideshows might have videos embedded in them. A lot of mine do. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to probably just push that video out inside Google Classroom as a separate link to say, watch this video and give me some feedback or something like that. Inside a live recording like this, I'll turn it on just so that you can see. So I'll go ahead and show you inside Google Meet. Again, this screen is being recorded, and I'll go ahead and hit on the video that I have embedded here. And I can hear it because it's playing inside my ears, but inside my headphones, but it is not showing up in the recording. So unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. I'll turn it off because I am bothered by the two, but you can't hear it and the students won't be able to hear it. So just know that you'll probably want to go directly to YouTube, grab this link, and put the link into Google Classroom. Watch the Google Classroom videos and they will show you how to put, or I'll show you how to put the links in for your videos. So we're all set. I have finished my slideshow. I've talked to them. So that's it. I'm done. I've shown them this one pager. I might have explored other tabs. I've gone on. It is done. I've done recording. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go to the three dots, the hot dogs, and stop the recording. The great thing now is it's going to send it to Google Drive, a link. It's also going to send me a link inside Gmail. Now it takes a bit of time to render, but it will show up inside your Gmail and inside your Google Drive. Always remember what your meeting is actually called. In this case, this meeting is called something kind of funny. So it will actually be inside my drive under these names right here, time-stamped, but under those names. So while I'm here, let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. I'm going to go into Drive. And you're probably going to look for, a folder. It automatically makes it for you that's called Google Meet, and it puts all your recordings in there. I have it starred, so I'm going to go straight to it this way, and it is called Meet Recordings, and that's actually what it really is called. So it sets up the name for you and everything. So if you do just want to search for Meet Recordings and then star it so that you'll always be able to find it inside your starred. And I'll open it up so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Here they all are, and they tend to show them in the order that, in this case, last modified. So these are all them, and here's all the transcripts of your, if you do have a live recording of your chats. So great stuff, all of this shares. So in this case, it looks as if this funny little recording is here, but it is not rendered. It's not ready to go yet. So it's here. I can right-click on it and share it, grab that link, get shareable link, grab that link so that anyone can view it, copy it, and there it sits. And I can actually paste it into a Google Classroom, or I can actually add it to a email. So I'm all set with that. So the second part to Google Meet, tips and tricks, is actually doing exactly what you did, we just did in front of a live audience. And you're going to have your students come in. You're going to have them come in at a certain time. You could send them a calendar invite. You could put it in your Google Classroom, 10 o'clock, we're going to meet, and have all your supplies. So you're kind of having the same sort of setup. You have your link for I would do split screen. You would have your link for your Google Slideshow and maybe your one pager all set up and ready to go. And then here are the tips and tricks for starting this live classroom. You get in 10 minutes early before everyone else does. As people start to come in, you'll hear a ping and they'll come in over here. You'll start to kind of see the people, the number grow. You could have up to 250 students. You do not want 250 students, but you could have that. So as your students start to come in, you'll wait a few minutes. I usually wait till about 5 minutes after, 4 or 5 minutes after. In that time period, I'm always checking with them. Hey, just wanted to make sure you can hear me. If you want to, you can wander over to the chat box. That's usually one of the lines I always say. The chat box is in the top right-hand corner. Feel free to click on that and then go down to the very bottom where it says send a message to everyone. And I just explained to them, please feel free to say good morning to your classmates or talk to them for a little bit. But remember that everything you type there is recorded and we have a transcript, so be polite. You know, that's the sort of thing I just continue to continue to push out that message. So then as they begin to show up, I'll double check. There is, as the people come in, I always tend to say, don't forget to mute your classroom so I don't hear the background noise. And the way you mute is to click on the black, and up here in the bottom, your tray pops up and you can hit your microphone and mute yourself. Um, However, you also have the ability as they come in to go to people and find their name. And next to their name, if you click on it, it actually has a mute button, and it also has a what is it called? Remove button. So you can actually remove them from the class. Let's say they're having problems with audio and you need them to go out and then come back in, or you really do at this point just, it would be better if they weren't in that live setting, something like that. So you have that ability there. So as all of your students are in, again, you're saying the same sorts of things. Hi guys, glad to see you. Use their names, use their first names, connect up with them. Just jump over to the chat and feel free to say good morning. Let everybody know. You could have but this would be a great time for a bell ringer if you wanted to. Again, you could have the present now on and have a bell ringer in one of the slides on the window. So if you did hit present and you were doing a window, you could push out just one of your bell ringer there, and they could be doing that in the chat box just as a quick question. So it's a great way to kind of get your students, see who can use the chat box, who can see it, that sort of thing. So as you get more and more comfortable, you probably will feel more and more comfortable with having them have their microphones unmuted. And by that, let's discuss that for a second. They're probably more than likely going to have a laptop or a Chromebook. Those two work beautifully with Google Meet because the microphone is built in. You don't have to worry about them getting an external mic. If they're using a desktop, they're going to have to, unfortunately, have an external mic. So that or they can come in by phone. So that does, hurt a little bit sometimes if they're using a desktop. So that's the tips and tricks of this. At this point, you would start your class and you would let the class know that you're going to record the meeting. And you want to make sure that you have the consent of everybody that's in the meeting in the room. We're going to go ahead and record and make sure once the record is on, you also let them know, guys, just a reminder, this is being recorded so your classmates can listen to this later on and catch up. So just kind of keep reminding yourself and them and get it on recording that you're actually letting them know it's being recorded. So then you would, after that, go to present. And in this case, again, like before, click to present a window, and the window that I would like to present is there. So it's presenting to them, it's pushing out the screen, and again, the window they can see is this one right here. You can't tell right now, but it really is this one right here that they can see. So then you begin to talk and you could share, and the nice thing about having it split screen is you can see when someone chats, when someone has a question for you. And you can, best practices, classroom management, let them know, okay, no more chat unless you have a question, a valid question. And please feel free. We'll probably save all the questions for the end, or we'll take questions in about 10 minutes or something like that. So you'll pop over to chat and you'll look at all the chats filling up. This little scroll bar will show up over here, and you want to make sure you scroll all the way down to see them all. So that's kind of the way. In a perfect scenario, you are constantly questioning the kiddos, asking them, hey, what would you do in this situation, or what would you do? And you can still do that in a virtual classroom, just to kind of make sure they're still paying attention to you. Have them speak, have them click on the black and go down here to the bottom and unmute their microphone and let them answer the questions one at a time that way. So again, it's kind of that keeping order inside a platform that just doesn't feel as comfortable right away. You might just try this with a few classmates at a time. You might also try it with your teammates. So I hope that helps. That's two ways to come into Google Meet. One way was to come into Google Meet and just record, just you and the recording, and you're done. The other is to come in with students and actually present that way. Click off the recording. And again, the same sort of thing before, your recording shows up in your Gmail, and it also will show up in your Google Drive. So then you can send that link out to the students so anybody that wasn't here could then catch up. So I hope this has helped with tips and tricks inside Google Meet. Any questions or concerns with this, please certainly feel free to reach out to the service desk and they can help you out. And I will also have some documentation on all of this available. So if you wanted to go back, and when all else fails, Google it, because I'm telling you, that's how I find out things. So take care, and thank you for watching this series.